Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. So let's get right to our show I have for you guys today. We are currently on TikTok Live right now. Hello to everyone that is in TikTok Live right now. And we're going to be going over some questionable topics that we should be getting to figure out. Right now, Um, there are some NBA playoffs going on. There's some NHL playoffs going on. If you guys are not staying tuned into that, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing with your life, because the NBA and NHL playoffs have been absolutely ridiculous. I don't got to show nothing because I know it already. First up, we're going to be going over our segments. We're going to be going over today. We're going to stick with the NBA and NHL. And yes, I'm going to go over the playoffs, but we're going to go over something different as well for both the NHL and NBA. So first up, with the playoffs right now for the NBA and even the NHL, first up, the NBA playoffs have been great. And we really need to take an account of how great they have been without three of the biggest superstars the NBA has ever seen, with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James not even get past the first round. But a new person has emerged as the guy that might be taking the torch away from LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant, mostly LeBron of this generation, and his name is Ant-Man, formerly known as Anthony Edwards. And I really think Anthony Edwards has a chance to become, if not one of the best players, the best player in the world when he gets his shot. He's already proven that I think he's the best player in the NBA right now over Jokic. He just knocked out Jokic in the semifinals. So if that's the case, then you got to put him above Jokic. And yes, he didn't have the greatest game 7 in Denver. He didn't. His bench helped him. His role players helped him. Everyone helped him. But the fact of the matter is, he hit the biggest shot of the game, which was it was a 7-point game. He hit the biggest shot to put them up by 10. He only had 16 points, but those 16 points mattered. And he shut down Jamal Murray, and that was it. But the fact that we have to see is that there is no LeBron James, there's no Kevin Durant, and there's no Steph Curry in this playoffs. And these have been a very exciting run for the championship for any of these teams. Oklahoma City versus Dallas last in the semifinals was fantastic. Yes, it only went to 6 games, but man, it was back and forth. That game 6 could have gone either way for both Dallas or OKC. That was a hell of a series. That one of the youngest teams in the youngest team to ever be in the playoffs in Oklahoma City. And then you have the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie Irving and Luka, and what a tandem they've been. And now they're in the conference finals trying to fight to get to the finals. And right now, just for the west side of things, there's you got there. And then for the east, you have Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers making a crazy splash to make it to the conference finals, and they're versing the Boston Celtics. Game 1 could not disappoint. It went to overtime. Jaylen Brown had to hit a clutch 3 to tie the game. On top of that, you also have Jason Tatum coming alive. And then we also got to talk about the defense. The defense for both for a lot of these teams have been crucial. Mavericks, their defense has been elite. Ever since the All-Star, after the All-Star break, they have been fantastic. The Timberwolves, I believe the best defensive team in the NBA this year and in the playoffs. You could just see it against the Denver Nuggets. No really other team could stop Denver. And then Minnesota just put the brakes on them, pumped the brakes and said, no, we taking this over. Somebody in the chat said Timberwolves are a great defensive team. The Mavs have the 2 primary elite offensive juggernauts. Yep, both Luke and Kyrie put up 30 plus. Yeah, and they all put up 30 plus, which is ridiculous. But it wasn't like a catastrophic game in points. We will see how Kyrie does game 2. can the Mavericks do this? Can the Mavericks win this series with the offense that they have? Hell yeah, they can upset the Timberwolves, no doubt. Will they? That's a question to be asked. I don't think they don't have the. I don't think they have the offensive juggernauts, but I don't think defensively they can put together three more wins and slow down Anthony Edwards. He's going to get his. And when he does, he's going to erupt. And you saw that against Denver. When he got his, he erupted. Even in a loss, he had 40. He's going to erupt. He's going to do his thing. Now, can you sacrifice him doing his thing and then stop the others doing their thing? Can you stop Cat? Can you stop Rudy? Can you stop McDaniels? Can you stop Mike Conley? Those are questions the Mavericks have to answer if they want a potential win this series. If they just want to compete, just keep what they're doing now. But they got game one. And Luka and Kyrie had to combine for 63 points. But they got game one, which I said, if the Mavericks got game one, or they got at least one in Minnesota, they were going to be in a prime position to win the series. They needed to take one out of the two in Minnesota. Now, if they come out and they take two, Minnesota better watch out. Now it's going back to Dallas. So that's a little bit on that. But the East side, Tyrese Halliburton, man. Yeah, McDaniels hitting 6 threes tonight is unlikely. Yeah, but if you looked at the Denver Nuggets series, that man was clutch when it came to some threes and some big games, especially game 6. He couldn't miss. So, yes, is it going to be likely that he does do that? No, but can he? Is he capable of doing it on a consistent basis? I think so. Now moving to the East, Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers have their shit out for them. With the Celtics. The Celtics are just a better team, all-around better team. They needed to take game one, and they couldn't get the job done, and that was all mental. That was all youth, and that is the reason why they couldn't get the win. They decided they were doing dumb turnovers, rushing, or instead of slowing the game down, taking their time. They got the lead in regulation. Don't give Boston a chance. They gave them after chance, after chance, after chance. They had Jason Tatum wide open 3, missed. They had an easy layup by Derek White, missed. Rebound, Jason Tatum, missed. Then they had a turnover, and then they got the ball back. They still missed, out of bounds. Out of bounds, drew up play. Jaylen Brown corner, up fake one, turn around, bang. Siakam kind of looked like he fouled him. Thank God he didn't. They tried it in overtime. Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, 2 big turnovers late when they needed a bucket, and they just let it go. They had it. And now, game 2 was just dominant. And yes, someone said in the chat, Celtics are looking dominant to start the series. Feeling like the team to beat so far. Yeah, he's right, because Tyrese Halliburton got hurt last night. We don't know the extent of his injury. So far, the Pacers fans and Pacer organization are worrisome that it might be a hamstring pull, strain, something. It might be a pretty bad injury. And if that's the case, that's not looking good for the Pacers to come back and win this series. But though, guys, don't forget to share the live, like the live, give me a follow, and share it to your friends, man. Let's get some people in there, get some comments. Appreciate all the comments so far. Let's get some more questions, and let's get it from there. But moving on from there, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. But from there, guys, I mean, the Boston Celtics are the Boston Celtics. They are behind the Lakers. They are the second to the tied for the first number 1 historic franchise in NBA history. It's the Lakers, it's the Celtics. They're both tied for the most championships in NBA history as a franchise. You can say one's better than the other, who's had the better players, but man, Celtics are the Celtics, man. They're going to do their thing. Jason Tatum is all pro, all elite. Jaylen Brown is a monster. He just dropped 40 last night. You're not going to compete with that. You can't compete with Jaylen Brown dropping 40 and then Tyrese Halliburton getting hurt. And then on top of that, not to mention Pascal Siakam played 2 minutes or 2 to 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. So something had to happen. That was the same thing that happened in the play-in tournament with the Brandon Ingram. He didn't play at all against the Lakers in the fourth, which was very absurd, and no injury came about. So it's very weird on that part. But at the same time, the Pacers got it out for them, man. They're going back to Indiana. They need to take 2. They need to tie the series up in Indiana. They do not. This series is going to be over. And yeah, another guy commented, Tatum and Brown itching for the finals. Yeah, and they have to win because getting to the Eastern Conference every year, they are the winningest duo in NBA history. Not NBA history, but the one of the top winningest duos of the last 5 or 6 years. And they haven't done nothing. They haven't won a championship. They made it to a finals. They couldn't get the job done against Golden State, even having a series lead. They need to get one because you can do all this stuff. No one cares. Draymond said it himself. No one cares. No one gives a shit what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are doing in the regular season and get to the conference finals. Great. Congratulations. Get it done and get to the finals and win a championship. And then we can talk great, one of the best duels ever or whatever the case is. But I don't want to hear all this Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown talk. Jason Tatum's one of the best players. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the regular season. But when it comes to the playoffs times and the finals, he doesn't get the job done. Jaylen Brown, great regular season player. In the playoffs, sometimes does not get the job done. Is nowhere to be found. They need to get it done. I'm a Lakers fan. I don't like the Celtics. I do like Jason Tatum. I do not like the Celtics, though. And I do not want them seeing winning them championship anytime soon. That's just my opinion. That's how I like it. Last name they got there, hearts ripped out by Curry. TikTok, it's time to win. They're getting older. Yeah, and it's funny to say, do you guys think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are young? No, they're old, bro. They're getting older. They've been in the leagues for some time. We talking about it's going to be, they've been in the league for like 6 years. 6-7 years. It's time. Now is the win now. They have the team in Boston to do it. Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and then you got White. I don't know what else you want, man. It's just getting tick-tock. We got to keep moving. But yeah, the East, man, I would have loved to see the Knicks versus the Celtics, but man, the Knicks was so banged up. Celtics might have ran through them like it was Swiss cheese. But we will see. You never know. Knicks are coming back next year. We'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much going over. I think Anthony Edwards is the best player in the world right now. I think he showed it against that Denver Nuggets series. We'll see if he comes back and does what he has to do and wins this series to take his team to the finals, because I got the Timberwolves winning the finals. I think the Timberwolves are going to win the finals. Once my Lakers went out, I said Timberwolves are winning the finals. That's pretty much it. Is the Drew Holiday trade for Marcus Smart going to pay off? Also, the Kristaps Porzingis trade for Grant Williams. I definitely think the Drew Holiday for Marcus Smart was absolutely essential, and I don't think they will be here without or have the chance to be up in this series against the Pacers without Drew Holiday and his defense. He single-handedly made them turn the ball over 3 straight times in the first game. One on Tyrese, I believe one on Meredith, and again on Tyrese or some other crap. But Drew Holiday is a crazy piece. And yes, he hasn't been so absurdly scoring and whatever, but his defense is prime. And yes, Marcus Smart was great, but man, Drew Holiday can erupt for 30. Marcus Smart is not that guy. He never was. You saw glimpses of it, but he never was that guy. Kristaps Porzingis, Grant Williams, I like the trade. It turned out to be pretty good. Kristaps is hurt, though, right now. But if you look at it, Grant Williams against Charlotte did absolutely nothing this year. He was okay. He always talked a good game, but never. The saying is, you could talk and talk, but if you don't walk the walk, you're nothing. You're nothing. Damian Lillard, let your game do the talking. Stop with all the yapping. It don't do nothing, especially when you don't back it up. This year or last year against Donovan Mitchell, said, I'm going to make both. Or this year, whatever the case was, I'm going to make both. I think it was at the Celtics last year. I'm going to make both free throws at the end of the game. Brick both of them. Don't talk, just do. Then you show him. Then against Jimmy Butler in the playoffs last year, talking all this crazy thing. Jimmy Butler humbled him, man. Said he was too small. So I think both trades were essential for the reason why Boston is in the position they are. Because both of the guys that they got have contributed huge to the Celtics. But the two guys that they let go, Marcus Smart, what did he do on the Memphis Grizzlies? Nothing. What did Grant Williams do on the Hornets? Just get into fights and look like an idiot. He did nothing. Facts, there's a reason all the Team USA players and front office want Holiday this summer for the Olympics. Yeah, because like you just said, elite defender, can guard big or small, all 5 positions, and is never going to complain when he's not scoring. He's still going to give it 250% on the defensive end, and that's what matters. And if you can get that, sky's the limit, bro. I mean, it's not even close. So I think the Celtics have the team to win the finals. The problem is, can they all put it together? And can Jason Tatum get his head out of his ass? And can Jaylen Brown just start moving? Can Jaylen Brown consistently do, not 40, but consistently give 25 and be able to dribble, not turn the ball over, do what he's supposed to do? Celtics will win. But the problem is, you got that beast waiting in the West. No matter if it's Luka, Kyrie, and the Mavs, or it's Anthony Edwards and Cat in the Timberwolves. Both teams can beat the Celtics, no doubt, because of their shooting capability and their defensive prowess. That's the problem. Can the Celtics do the same to them? And can they get enough scoring from everybody to compete with those two teams? That will remain to be seen. Now, we're going to move on from the NBA playoffs. It's currently 17 minutes into my show, and we are going into the NHL. We're going to switch things up. Any last comments from anybody that's there about the NBA? I'll wait for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the NHL. But, man, the NHL playoffs have been fantastic. If you look at it, the Oilers in double overtime came back and got Connor McDavid, and the Oilers got game 1 versus the Dallas Stars. I picked Dallas. I thought they had it. They did have it. And then Edmonton just came back and did what they were supposed to do, and they got the win. The better team in that game won the game, and that was the Oilers. They wanted it more, and they definitely got it. So the Oilers are up 1-0 against the Dallas Stars. They took game 1 in Dallas. And then on top of that, you move to the Eastern Conference Finals between my New York Rangers, who play tonight, and the Florida Panthers, who actually have become my second favorite team because of my girlfriend's dad and her brother. They are Devils fans, which I hate, but they are Florida Panthers fans second, which I love. The problem is we're playing them. So fuck the Panthers and let's go my Rangers. But the problem is the Rangers, man, they are great. But man, when Shesterkin doesn't play well, but you really can't fault him. He played a great game a couple nights ago. The problem was Lafreniere. We had all the momentum in the world with about 8 minutes left, 6 minutes left in the game, and Lafreniere hits the puck into our own net by accident, and that gave them the thing. And then they got an empty netter, and that's when we got blanket 3-0. But Shesterkin played a really well game. Other than that 1-0, or other than that first goal, that was it. Empty net, he's not in. And he scored on his own goal. He can't help that. Like, what is he supposed to do? Lafreniere's got to know better. But at the same time, man, the Rangers are all right. We're going to get game 2 tonight. We're going to tie up the series. We're going to go back to Florida. We're going to get the game 3. They're going to get the game 4. We're going to come back to Madison Square Garden, tied up 2 games apiece. And then we're going to close it out. And I believe we're going to win game 5 in Madison Square Garden. We're going to win game 6, and we're going to close it out against the Panthers in game 6. But I would not be surprised if this goes game 7. I have the Rangers going 7, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 6, but I'm not sure. Not sure. It's very thin. I got the Dallas Stars winning in 6, and I got the Rangers winning in 7. This series is going to go far, and it's going to be a gut-wrenching series because both teams are great. Both teams have great goalies. Both teams have great defensemen. Both teams have great scorers and attackers. They have everything. You got Panarin, you got Trocheck, you got a bunch of guys for the Rangers, you got Barkov, you got a lot of guys for the Panthers. It is going to be hell to pay for both teams, and both teams got to leave it all out on the ice in order for them to get the win. But man, if you're a Rangers fan, you ain't worried. You ain't worried. Now, if you go down 2-0, then we might be some more. This might be some worrying in our facet. But I'm not worried. I think we're prime and ready for position. I'm cool with it. Let's keep rocking with it. Let's keep rolling with it. I'm good. No doubt about it. But quick one. Ken, where do we mark Chris Kreider in the all-time great Rangers? He's got to be up there, man. With his 3-goal performance in the third period against the Hurricanes, and then win the game, he's got to be up there. No doubt about it. He's got to be up there. I don't remember the last time somebody scored 3 goals in one period. Not in one period, in 9 minutes. 9 minutes left in the third. He started his streak, and they won the freaking game, and they closed them out. He's got to be up there, ladies and gentlemen. I think Chris Kreider is one of the best Rangers in Rangers history. He's got to be up there. Panarin's going to be up there. Breadman's going to be up there. Because both guys have been playing fantastic. You got Shesterkin too, man. There's have been so many Ranger greats, but man, the new generation is coming in strong, heavy, and ready to rumble, and that's what I like to see. But man, if you're a Rangers fan right now, we good. Let's keep it up. We're gonna get this win tonight, and we're gonna tie up this series. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for my YouTube show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify audio show here on the Fire Sports Pod. I'm your host, Zach Jackson, and we had a great day and a great morning with you all. I appreciate all the comments, appreciate all the shares, appreciate everybody that was in the chat today on our TikTok Live. We did a little bit of a quick segment here. Got to get to my landscaping job in just a little bit, but I appreciate all the support, guys. Let's keep going from here. YouTube's been popping off a little bit. TikTok's still going slowly, but surely. Instagram as well. Keep it up, guys. Appreciate it all. And man, let's go Rangers, baby. Peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy Memorial Day, guys. Everyone enjoy Memorial Day weekend. This is it for my show. I'm your host, Zach Jackson, here in the Fire Sports Pod. I'll see you guys on Monday on Recap Monday. Memorial Day. Peace out, guys.